You might just be able to buy an entire spaceship in Starfield, you know, those big flying things built with expensive materials and outfitted with sophisticated technology used to venture across the stars, for the price of some sandwiches. Sandwich! Yeah, that's not the entire story though, there's more to it, as we'll see by taking a look at the Starfield Direct footage again, and maybe even try to debunk some of the stuff, cause unsurprisingly, there's a bit of hypium injected into this slice of speculation. The train has already started to move a long time ago, nothing short of a disaster will stop it. A couple of disclaimers before we move on: everything that will be discussed about Starfield, anywhere, is going to be, of course, preliminary and unconfirmed info. Plenty of things can change between now and when the game is released in September. As I said, there is hype. Don't take anything as fact. We are just going to discuss what happened and talk about some interesting ideas if possible. So, it all began from a Reddit post, of course, where this image of a patty melt food item in the game was posted alongside a ship. If you hadn't noticed already, the values for these two items seem to be a little off. A patty melt is worth 295 credits. The ship is worth 19,054 credits. That would then mean that a vehicle capable of space travel can be bought for the low price of 65 patty melts. Now, here's the problem. This image of the ship is fake, or at least edited with made-up values. The creator themselves admitted to it in the comments in the Reddit post. I have not personally asked them for verification, but if you were to take a look at the massive amount of owned credits here, you can see that the first 5 numbers are the exact same as the value of the ship. And that is probably not a coincidence. The chances of you getting all 5 numbers right in a row, assuming equal probability for all integers from 0 to 9, is 0.001%. Of course, it isn't as simple as that, but feel free to correct me down in the comments if the math doesn't check out. I would love to learn and be able to do math again. Nevertheless, it is still probably a minuscule chance, and the ship's name is sus enough that we could just disregard this image entirely. I don't think anyone official from Bethesda would even think of leaking anything that might even have a tiny chance of getting flagged on social media. But wait, there are ships shown in the official Starfield presentation that do have values that are even cheaper than the Fleet Ranger. In fact, it would cost you a total of 25 sandwiches, or 48 steaks, or 10 plates of trilobites to get the lowest cost spaceship running at 7,375 credits. Assuming it comes with half a tank of gas at least. Hopefully we won't have to go scavenging for material to make fuel out of, which I won't be surprised by if that's the case. I'll just have to hire that courier from Riverwood again to get me the fuel instead of logs this time. Okay, assuming these price values are going to remain unchanged on launch, what could be the rationale here? How could an entire ship, even if the cheapest one, be worth just 25 sandwiches? I could probably eat like half that. In the game, of course. Would that then mean that I just ate half a ship's worth of sandwiches? Well, as pointed out by others in the same Reddit thread, the values displayed here may just be sell prices for the ship, not necessarily purchase prices. Though, even if the cheapest ship was 5 times its sell price, that still wouldn't really offset the apparently overvalued food items here. Who knows? Maybe the ships will be at least 10 times the amount seen here when the game is finally released. And judging from the most recent Bethesda title I've played, that being Fallout 76, vendors in-game may well be limited in terms of how many sandwiches, or food items for that matter, they could possess at any one point in time. Oh boy, I sure do hope Starfield doesn't utilize the 24-hour inventory refresh system as in Fallout 76. I don't see a reason to time-gate a single-player game to that degree, but I'll keep my expectations relatively low for now. Also, if you think about it, organic substances like bread that could be used for assembling the sandwiches may actually be rarer than stuff like gold and copper when you consider the entire galaxy or just space in general. If you're out and about on a planet doing some hard mining and work up an appetite for, I don't know, a turkey sandwich or some orange juice of transcendence, guess what? There's probably not gonna be a parlor on some random planet run by an alien mafia. At least the humans that probably have the recipes and rights to said sandwiches would probably not give them away so easily. But if it does turn out that food in general is incredibly valuable relative to other items in Starfield, maybe hoarding them isn't such a bad idea now, provided they don't spoil. And they might, regardless of storage, because stuff kept even in refrigerators in Fallout 76 will still spoil in like 40 minutes or so. Consider this. What if during one of your adventures you lose your savings to some bandits, or maybe even get taxed for purchasing something, which is far more unfortunate. If there is no bank of any sort, then maybe holding your credits in the form of sandwiches or food in general may just be the galaxy brain move to go for here. And I am confident there will be something in the skill trees or attribute system that will allow for discounted rates for items like food, which combined with the wonky prices may set some stuff up for exploitation. And while the values of items, among other things, can be easily tuned around post-launch through updates, I don't think Starfield will see a similar approach to high item cost as seen in Warframe, where they tend to tone down the grind after about a week or two so the players stop whining. And I am sort of one of those players. So what do you guys think? Will food be highly valued in Starfield, or are the ships so cheap as to encourage you to try them all out and not suffer burnout from having to grind for all the credits? I'd love to read your own thoughts and takes on this, so please feel free to leave them down in the comments. And if you'd like more Starfield content, do consider hitting that subscribe button. I've got like 10 videos planned at least before September. Right? Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a good day.